Your party dashes in from the streets at the entrance of the courtyard of the manor itself. That's when the lightning strikes. The shadows give way for a moment. And at the top of the stairs, you see an ogre magi already completing the arc.
What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Shut up. All right, here we are, Wednesday morning. You know, Wednesdays are the start of my awesome week. It really is, because this is when I get to work on my builds. Oh man, you guys know, if you've been watching these videos, you know how much I get into my RPG tabletop builds. So D&D is over for now. We get our little palate cleanser with another system, and this time we're jumping into Star Wars D20 RPG by Wizards of the Coast. Let's not get into a fight over this. I love the D6 West End game version also, but my players are just coming off of D&D 3.5. I figured keep the rule system similar and the same for them. So we got some pre-gen characters made. It's going to be 3 or 4 sessions, a short little jaunt. But for right now, that means I got to do a little work on the table. Let me show you what I've already done and what's going to happen next. All right, so I actually already got most of the stuff cleaned up. A little bit here, a little bit there during the week for my Dungeons & Dragons game. I still got the street out. I'm going to be taking this apart. Not using this for Star Wars. And so I'm going to be... and I tend to take these apart in sheets that are just big enough to fit back in the boxes for my storage. So I store everything in the original boxes just without the inlays, the trays. And it really makes for wonderful storage for the Warlock stuff. Then I got to deal with some knickknacks, some figures, no problem. I'm going to deal with this tonight. This afternoon, early evening, I'm going to deal with this and start getting, I'm going to leave that mat down for the Star Wars. Pre-generated characters are made, books are ready, so we're going to be starting shortly. Got a few tasks to do for the day in real life, and then I'm back over here. Woo! All right, I'll be checking in with you later. All right, it's Thursday. I didn't check in last night because I was just so damn busy. I was on a roll, and I didn't want to stop. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I decided to keep the city street because it just worked so well. I started to take it apart, and I didn't really like my other choices. So I kept the city street. Now I'm using my 10-fold dungeon box. This is of the town. This is the first real full playthrough I'm doing with the 10-fold dungeon box set stuff. But also what I did was from Battle Systems, I grabbed some of their sci-fi sheets to try to add a few things over here and there to add a little bit more of a little bit more tech in this low-tech farming planet of Kwevron. And this like precious little way for tabletop gaming with figures that are not adventurers. So I'm using my Dungeons and Dragons people, townsfolk, to, populate this place. But of course, we can't forget, we have to add in, some Star Wars things. I got our Hammerhead friend right over here. Actually plays an important part of the upcoming story. And yeah, so it's Thursday morning, and I'm all done. In fact, not only am I all done with this build for Saturday's game, but I also got my notes all done. I mean, it's Thursday morning, and I literally have nothing to do for game day. So yeah, 10-fold dungeon boxes did help with that because it was such a quick setup. But also, since there's not going to be any reason to be going inside any of these buildings, none of the scenes coming up for Saturday have anything to do with indoors. So I didn't have to do any indoor stuff. So that helped. Now check that out. See the screen? See the Game Master screen for Star Wars? I didn't have it. Mine was lost. So I went on Amazon and I found this, but it was unopened. I mean, this is the very same unopened screen. Can we get that focus in there? From 2001. I opened this up and I could smell 2001. But yeah, I got all the books ready, got the minis ready for the team. So I don't know what I'm going to do with myself in the next couple of days. Maybe I'll talk about the adventure itself and some of the things I'm planning on doing it for it. But right now, this is looking pretty cool. What do you think? All right, here we go. This is Saturday now. I just feel like there hasn't been a lot of work for me to do because I got so much done so early. But I did push a few things around last night. Had a couple of guests over. Ron was here. Zeke was here. And we were playing some games. So let me just show you what's going on right now and maybe tell you what the plan is, all right? Watch this. So Ron and Zeke were over last night. We were playing some Alien. And I was showing off some of my horrified games. Zeke hadn't seen them. And, we played up. So I pulled out the half table. I thought that was pretty clever. Pulled out the half table and used that for the board. I would set the board up and everything. So now today I'm going to take the half table down, put this back. I'm going to slide the table back over to the center of the room. I got this built. This is I can't remember the company that this is. I'm sorry, but this is like a wargaming company. And unfortunately, I thought this was a clip together, and it wasn't. It was a glue together, so it took me a little extra time to do. But this is supposed to be for the second scene. Yeah, let me get a better shot here. This is going to be for the second scene where they have to turn off the tractor beam so that they can escape the spaceport. And it's going to be filled with a couple of stormtroopers on it. Like that. That looks pretty cool. It does. This works good. It's not a lot of Star Wars terrain for 32 millimeter. 28, 32 millimeter, right? So I got to make do with what I can get. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to put this down, slide this back, and then maybe quickly go over what is going to happen. All right? All right, let me do that, and I'll get back to you. All right, I still got a little stuff to do to get ready for the day. But I wanted to stop in here and just let you know what's going on with today's Star Wars game. So we did have a couple of last-minute cancellations, but we still have enough to play. But I think it's going to be a bit of a shorter session. I'm thinking about ending the session before the group blasts off from Kwevron. So the last scene on Kwevron, where they're going to be trying to get past the tractor beams so they can get their ships out of the spaceport, I may save that for next game. This may just be a one-scene encounter today. This way we don't get too far ahead, because this is only going to be a 3 or 4 part adventure. So we don't need a lot of people missing half the action. So today might be a light day as far as the gaming goes. But we're still gaming. We still got gamers here. We're still ready to hit the Star Wars. And I'm feeling good about this. So I think that's where we stand. And join us next week, and you're gonna hear what's been going on. All right, thanks for joining me.